You just got a $15,000 raise. Congrats, man. Seriously, you worked hard for it. You grinded through those late nights, crushed those quarterly reports, survived those soul-crushing Zoom meetings. Your boss finally recognized your value. That email hits your inbox. Congratulations on your promotion and salary adjustment. Dopamine rush. You screenshot it. You text your mom. You feel like you've made it. But here's what's weird, and I need you to really think about this. 3 months later, you're checking your bank account at 2 a.m. because you can't sleep and you have less money than before the raise. Not the same, less. Your salary went from $60,000 to $75,000, but somehow you're more broke than when you were making less. Your credit card balance is higher. Your savings account looks the same, maybe worse, and you're sitting there thinking, where the hell did it all go? That's not bad luck, dude. That's not you being irresponsible. That's a $108,000 trap I'm about to show you. And every single person climbing the corporate ladder is falling into it. I'm Philly, your mind surgeon. Salary goes up, money disappears? Not a coincidence. It's by design. I dig through the research, run the numbers, and expose the system's tricks so you can finally see what's been hidden. This channel isn't fluff, it's financial surgery. Subscribe. Every week we operate on a new trap. Let's crack the code. Here's what actually happens the second you get that raise. You're sitting at your desk. Email comes in. Congratulations on your promotion and salary adjustment. You do the math in your head. That's an extra $1,250 a month before taxes, probably $900 after. You immediately think, finally, I can get that nicer apartment. See, here's what's happening in your brain at that exact moment. I call this the upgrade reflex. The second you see more money coming in, your brain doesn't think save it. It thinks spend it better. It's automatic. It's instant. And it's exactly what they trained you to do. Because the next weekend, you're apartment hunting. You find a place that's $400 more per month than your current spot. But man, it has a balcony and a gym in the building. The lobby has a doorman. And you think, I deserve this. I got the raise for this exact reason. You sign the lease. That's $4,800 more per year. But you still have $10,200 left from the raise, right? Wrong. Here's where prestige creep kicks in. The new apartment is in a better neighborhood. Your coworkers live there. And here's the thing about better neighborhoods. They come with better expectations. That $40 t-shirt you used to wear doesn't feel right anymore when you're walking past your neighbors in their Lululemon and Canada Goose jackets. So now you need to look the part. You drop $200 at Allbirds, then $350 at Everlane, then another $180 on a jacket for client meetings. You're not being frivolous, you're being professional. That's what LinkedIn influencers told you to do, right? That's another $3,000 annually. You're down to $7,200 of that raise. But man, here's where it gets dark. Psychologists call this lifestyle debt. Every upgrade you make becomes your new baseline. That nicer apartment? In 3 months, you won't even notice the balcony anymore. But you'll notice the $400 leaving your account. That professional wardrobe? In 6 months, those shoes are just shoes. But the credit card bill? Still there. And the system knows this. Marketers call this the earnings treadmill. And you don't even realize you're trapped in it. MIT research shows that for every $1,000 increase in salary, average Americans increase their spending by $1,140. You read that right. You get $1,000 more, you spend $1,140 more. You're going backwards while moving forward. Let's do the real math on your $15,000 raise. Nicer apartment, $4,800 per year. Better wardrobe, $3,000 per year. Car upgrade, because the old one doesn't match, $3,600 per year. New subscriptions, ClassPass, Spotify Premium, Meal Kit, $1,200 per year. Dining out more, $2,400 per year. Better coffee, daily Starbucks, $1,800 per year. Quality of life upgrades, nicer sheets, organic groceries, $2,200 per year. Total, $19,000 per year. But that $15,000 raise, after taxes, that's really about $11,250 take home. So you're spending $7,750 more than you got. Where's that coming from? Credit cards. I'll pay it off next month. But next month, same expenses. The balance grows. Multiply this over 10 years. You're $77,500 in the hole, plus interest on those credit cards at 19.99% APR. Add another $31,000. Total damage, $108,500 in losses. But here's what really hurts. If you'd invested that $15,000 raise instead, index funds, 7% return over 10 years. That becomes $207,000. The real cost of this lifestyle inflation, $315,500. That's the down payment on a house, bro. That's early retirement. That's your kid's college fund. Vaporized. Not because you're bad with money, because the system is designed to vaporize it the second it touches your account. And the craziest part? You feel broke the entire time. You're making $75,000 and feeling more stressed than when you made $60,000. That's exactly what they wanted. Yes, buddy, this great loss certainly has a deep psychological aspect. But don't let the term psychology scare you for a second, because there's some information in this section that will truly surprise you. And believe me, you'll be very surprised when you hear it. Let me paint you another picture. You're at brunch. Not just any brunch, bottomless mimosas, $24 avocado toast, the whole Instagram aesthetic. Your friends all got raises around the same time you did. Everyone's talking about their new apartments, their weekend trips to Napa, their Peloton bikes, their investment in a standing desk for their home office. Nobody's talking about their savings accounts. Nobody's mentioning their retirement funds. Nobody's bringing up their emergency fund. Why? Because those things aren't visible. Those things don't get likes on Instagram. It's called the visibility tax. You're paying money, real hard-earned money, to be seen as successful, not to be successful, to look successful. Because here's the brutal truth your brain knows, but won't admit. Your neighbor doesn't know if you have $50,000 in savings, but they do see what car you drive. They do see your apartment building. They do see your shoes. You think you're making a free decision, but you're actually involved in social proof spending. Your friend bought a Peloton, so now you need one too. Because on that Zoom call, when they see your background and there's no fancy fitness equipment, you feel like you're falling behind. This isn't about health, man. This is about not being left out of a game you didn't even know you were playing. On Wall Street, they call it competitive consumption. They're turning your emotions into money. Your raise isn't income anymore. It's ammunition for the lifestyle arms race. And you're in a race where everyone's running toward the same cliff, competing to see who can get there first. This is where the income illusion falls apart. Your brain is telling you, I earn more equals I'm richer. Simple math, right? But your bank account is screaming the opposite. Because wealth isn't what you earn, it's what you keep, and you're keeping nothing. Actually, less than nothing. Its real name is the hedonic treadmill. And like other addictions, the dose increases each time. That first raise felt amazing, right? You were on cloud 9 for a week. The second raise, barely noticeable. A little happiness bump, then back to normal. By the third raise, you're just trying to keep up with the spending habits the first two raises created. You're not even excited anymore. You're just exhausted. Research from Princeton shows happiness from income plateaus at around $75,000. After that, more money doesn't make you happier. Studies prove it, but it does make you spend more. So you're on a treadmill where every step forward is actually a step sideways. Same happiness level, higher expenses, more financial stress, more anxiety about money. You're earning more and feeling worse. That's not a bug in the system, bro. That's a feature. I can almost hear you saying, enough is enough, Philly. What should we do? What do you suggest? All right, enough diagnosis. Time for surgery. Here's how we fix this. 5 moves. These aren't theory. These are battlefield-tested tactics. 1. The 30-day spending freeze. Don't buy anything non-essential for 30 days after any raise or bonus. Nothing. Zero. Nada. The day that raise hits your account, you set up an automatic transfer of the difference to a separate high-yield savings account. Not tomorrow, not next week, that day. The money never touches your checking account. Your brain never sees it. Can't spend what you can't see. This is crucial. You're creating a firewall between the raise and your spending impulses. My friend Marcus got a $10,000 raise. First thing Monday morning, before he even celebrated, he logged into his bank and set up auto transfer of $833 per month to Ally Bank's savings account at 4.5% growth. Then he lived exactly like he did before the raise for 30 days. Same apartment, same groceries, same everything. After that month, his brain's baseline was still his old salary. The new money? Invisible. 1 year later, he had $10,000 saved plus $450 in growth. Meanwhile, his coworker Steve, with the same raise, had a new car payment, a $2,000 credit card balance, and zero savings. Same raise, completely different outcomes. 2. The one-up rule. For every lifestyle upgrade you make, you must make one financial upgrade of equal or greater value. Want the nicer apartment? Fine. But first, increase your 401k contribution by the same dollar amount. Want those $200 shoes? Cool. Put $200 in index funds first. Want to upgrade your car? Match the payment increase with an increase to your investment account. This isn't about denying yourself. It's about balancing yourself. It's about making sure future you gets the same treatment as present you. Sarah wanted to upgrade from a studio to a one-bedroom, $350 per month more. Before she even scheduled the apartment viewing, she went into her HR portal and bumped her retirement contribution from 3% to 6% of her salary. That cost her $300 per month. So the real cost of the apartment upgrade was $650 per month total, and she felt it. Made her really think about whether she wanted it. She decided she did. She took the apartment and she took the retirement bump. 5 years later, she has $23,000 in her 401k. She wouldn't have had otherwise, growing at 7% annually. And she still has the nice apartment, both versions of her one. 3. The earnings envelope system. Allocate every single dollar of new income before it hits your account. Every single dollar. The moment you find out about a raise, make a written plan. I mean, actually write it down. Here's the formula: 50% to savings/investments, 30% to debt payoff, 20% to lifestyle improvement, non-negotiable. Write it on paper. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Tell someone about it. Your partner, your friend, your mom. Make it real and make yourself accountable. When I got my first big raise, $12,000, before I told anyone, I wrote down my plan. $6,000 to emergency fund, $500 per month. $3,600 to student loans, $300 per month. $2,400 to lifestyle upgrades, $200 per month. I wrote it on a sticky note and put it on my laptop. I told my girlfriend. I told my brother. That public commitment made it impossible to break without admitting failure. 12 months later, I had a fully funded 6-month emergency fund, $3,600 less in soul-crushing debt. And yeah, I also got some nicer stuff, but I got the foundation first. 4. The comparison killer. Unfollow anyone on social media whose lifestyle makes you feel inadequate or triggers spending. Go through Instagram, TikTok, Twitter right now. Anyone posting luxury cars, designer bags, fancy restaurants 24/7, unfollow, mute, block. I don't care if they're your friend. If seeing their posts makes you feel like you need to spend money to keep up, they're costing you thousands. Your mental health and your bank account will thank you. I unfollowed 47 people in one night, people I actually knew. But every time I saw their posts, the trips, the watches, the restaurants, I felt this gnawing feeling that I was behind. 3 months after unfollowing them, my impulse purchases dropped by 60%. Turns out of sight really is out of mind. 5. The future self-invoice. Before any purchase over $100, calculate what that money would be worth in 10 years if invested. Use the rule of 72. Money growing at 7% doubles every 10 years. So that $500 purchase, in 10 years, that's $1,000 you just spent. That $2,000 vacation, that's $4,000 of future money. Now decide, is this worth it? Sometimes it will be, sometimes it won't, but at least you'll be making an informed decision. I wanted a $3,000 watch. Looked amazing, but then I did the math. $3,000 invested becomes $6,000 in 10 years, $12,000 in 20 years, $24,000 by retirement. Was telling time and style worth $24,000 of retirement money? For me, no. I bought a $200 watch and invested the difference. Best financial decision I ever made. The algorithm's been cracked, man. Mental firewall installed. The consumption Trojan deleted. You just learned why every raise feels like a trap, because it is a trap. The Upgrade Reflex, the Earnings Treadmill, lifestyle debt, the visibility tax, competitive consumption, they're all running in the background like malware, draining your account while you're busy thinking you're leveling up. But now you see the code. You're not going to let that next raise evaporate into thin air. You're going to capture it, build with it, grow with it, make it work for future you, not just Instagram you. Hit that like button so the algorithm pushes this to more people stuck on the same treadmill. We're hacking the system by using the system. Drop a comment right now. What's the biggest lifestyle upgrade you regret after getting a raise? Let's build this community and learn from each other. You're not broke anymore, dude. You're awake. And awake people make different choices. I guarantee my next video will be really interesting. So subscribe and stay tuned. While you wait, you can check out my video in the bottom left corner.